Howdy and welcome. We're live. We're going to be doing some Hebrew reading. My name is Jason. We are reading the story of King David in Hebrew. קוראים את סיפורו של דוד המלך בשפת כנען. Today with me right now is Colton.
Howdy.
Say howdy.
Howdy.
How you doing? Nobody else has joined us yet. Maybe we'll have some people. Remember, anybody on Patreon, paid membership, we're starting now at $5 a month. If you want to jump on there, get a membership, you can join us on the screen for lives. All right, so we are going to go right into it. We are continuing on with David's story. Who's out there in the live chat, by the way? You can definitely say hello and we'll say hi back. We're reading the story. Today we're starting in 1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 9. Speaking of the Patreon, this is patreon.com/thehebrewcafe. That's our channel. We've got three categories, three tiers of membership now. So go on and get yourself signed up and help us out. Keep us happy. So let's see. I think I marked that out. Yes, this week we are not doing Thursday because I will be out of town. I'm going to be in Jerusalem, so I won't be here. But tonight we are doing the first hour. That's Hebrew reading, David's story. Second hour is Shio's grammar. And third hour is for Patreon users. That's those who give a little money to us. And Thursday normally is the second and a half hour where we do homework review. Last week was exciting, all alone and quiet. So we are currently in 1 Samuel chapter 24, having gone through Ruth for the genealogy. 1 Samuel 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, skipping 22, of course. And we got a little ways to go before we're done with the David story in Samuel, the Samuel record. Today we're going to look really quickly at the verb chet vav samech, this chus lachus, as a verb. We're going to cover, by the way, in our grammar sessions, the infinitive construct next week. We're going to talk today about the infinitive absolute and adding suffixes to the imperfect and imperative. So we have this verb chas. Lachus becomes chas, like lavo becomes ba. Okay, lachus, chas. So the past tense we say chasti. Chasti means I spared someone or I had compassion on them. Many times it will appear in the feminine singular and the subject will be the word ayin, meaning I. And that's what we're going to see in our reading today, that the word ayin is actually missing but implied. So chasti, chasta, chast, chas, chasa. It's funny because chasa in modern Hebrew is a noun meaning lettuce, like you eat lettuce. Lettuce, chasa. Isn't that nice? Chasnu, chastem, chasten, and chasu. Pretty standard, right? Colton, how do you feel about that? Pretty normal, right? Michael Burke, I see you out there saying howdy. Thank you so much for signing up as a Yedid Nefesh. That's above and beyond. Really appreciate it. And Canvas of Elohim says Anikan, meaning I'm here, in modern Hebrew. In modern Hebrew, po and kan are both acceptable for saying here. Po is normally the biblical form, but we use it in modern Hebrew, and kan comes from the Mishneh times. All right, so continuing our way, chas is also the participle. Remember that in these middle week verbs, the participle and the perfect third masculine singular, or third masculine singular, they look the same. Chas, chasa, almost like this one. The stress is different. Chasa, chasim, chasot. Stress is on end of word, but it looks pretty similar. Chasa and chasa. Okay. In the future, ani achus, it's just like the lachus, the infinitive. Achus, I will have compassion. Tachus, and always the third looks the same. The third feminine singular. You will have compassion. Ata tachus, vehi tachus. At tachusi, hu yachus, anachnu nachus, atem tachusu, aten tachosna. Okay, we talked about the coloring of the vowel in that middle syllable It normally is like this, tahus, tahusna, but the vowel colors itself as an O instead of a U, tahosna. And it's always the same here and here, tahosna. So tahusu, yahusu, hu or hem, yahusu. So this is aten, hen, hem, vatem. Okay, there's no noun associated with this root. Normally the word for compassion is rachamim. Rachamim related to rechem, which is a womb, like where a woman holds a baby before it's born. Rechem. Okay, if we have yachus, the jussive is yachos, and the verb consecutive is vayachos. In the feminine, it would be tachus, tachos, let her have compassion, and vatachos, she had compassion. Talked about the connection between vav consecutive and jussive last week in Shio. Any questions or disagreements, additions? Hi, Muriel. Nice to see you. Welcome. Good. We've got up to now our 6 regular users, so good. We're supposed to go to 9. Okay, so verse 9, and that's where we're going to be starting this week. This is 1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 9. Vayomer David leShaul. Okay, leShaul, many times you say el Shaul, el or le. They're pretty interchangeable. Lama tishma et divrei Adam. Okay, so first of all, we notice something weird here. Et is normally with the DDOM. DDOM, it's the definite direct object marker. But Adam is indefinite, and divrei associated with it is also indefinite. But here, we mark it with et. Lama tishma et divrei Adam. Probably because Adam isn't a person's name, it's like ha-Adam. It's like humankind, mankind. And mankind, if you think about it, is a definite group of people. The tishma here is definitely our irreal, and it's a modal asking, why should you hear, or why should you listen to? Why would you hear? All of those emotive senses, the emotive vocative sense, volitional senses there. Lama tishma et divrei Adam. Why should you listen to what they say? Right? Why are you listening to what people say? Okay? When they say, lemor, okay, this is giving a quote now. Hine David mevakesh ra'atecha. I would prefer it here rather than there. Hine David, behold, David, mevakesh is seeking ra'atecha. And ra'atecha means et hara'a shelcha, your evil. He's seeking a way to harm you. So why would you listen to people when they say David is trying to cause you harm? Hine David mevakesh ra'atecha. Anything you would add, Colton, buddy?
I don't think so.
No? How you feeling?
I'm good.
It's been a long week. By the
Yeah.
way, this was a holiday.
Oh yeah.
We had
Shavuot.
I worked, yeah, Shavuot, Chag Shavuot Sameach. I
Oh.
worked on Thursday, and it was one of the hardest days that I remember working in the hotel. It was really bad. And then after the shift, I came and did the homework session by myself. I got such a headache. And then Friday, I went back and worked the evening. There was another hellish day. These 2 days were so rough.
Yeah.
And then just now I did all of the checkouts for like their departures from the holiday, the people who were there for the holiday.
Lord.
Makes people shouting at, because like they go to eat like Shabbat meals, and then they eat the holiday meals, and then they come to reception and they say, we were not 9 people, we were only 6 people. And it's like, how can I know this? I work in reception. I don't have cameras to check, I'm not security. So it was a lot of yelling and fighting, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's
All I
not.
know is I get a bill. I don't know anything beyond that, you know. And there was nobody from food and beverage in the hotel.
Yeah. I just. Yeah. I just. Normal, like when I say normal hotels, I mean hotels that don't have to worry about
Kosher
that.
and
Kosher
religious
and all.
holidays.
Yeah. Just holiday busyness, and I don't miss working in the hotel on holidays or sold out nights or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I'm glad I'm not doing
Well,
it.
Oh, that's where I've been. Anyway, so it's been a long week. I was really thinking, well,
Only if you've
I
done
could-
it do you understand like
Yeah.
how people get at hotels.
But the thing is that I normally I get a couple of quiet nights during the week where I can sit and put together the reading. I can put together the grammar and everything. I put everything together while I'm working night shifts. And then suddenly this week I didn't have any nights, and the evenings that I had were so rough. And so yesterday I was sitting at home trying to put together the grammar lesson, and I was like, wow, it was much harder to do when it's, when there are distractions. Because night shift, you don't have distractions. You can just sit and concentrate and type.
Yeah.
But anyway, here we go. Verse 10.
Yeah. הנה היום הזה ראו עיניך את אשר נתנך אדוני היום בידי במערה ואמר להרגך ותחוס עליך ואומר לו אשלח ידי באדוני כי משיח אדוני הוא. Behold, this day your eyes have seen that the Lord gave you today into my hand in the cave. And
okay, who's the subject of this?
It's just a dummy subject, right? If one were to say, like, right? And one would say,
I feel like it maybe is this idea of people saying,
yeah,
somebody
said,
okay,
yeah, right, yeah, that's the idea. I just didn't realize we had something, yeah. And a man would say to kill you, but again, the subject of this one is probably my eye, but my eye has pitied you, has pity upon you, and I will say, I will not sin. And
Vav consecutive. I said.
Oh, sorry. I read it as a. Yeah, my bad. And I said, I will not send my hand against my Lord, for he is the anointed of Hashem.
Adonai.
Yeah. I'm trying to differentiate the two Adonais, and then right.
So Adoni and Adonai.
Yeah.
This also happens in that psalm. The Lord said to my Lord, Neum Adonai Ladoni. Neum Adonai Ladoni. Ladoni is not Ladonai. Yeah, cool. All right, verse 11 says, Avi, Re'eh, and my father, see. Gam re'eh et knaf mi'ilcha biyadi. Okay, so he's saying, my father, he's calling Saul, my father, look. Also look, see. Okay, so if this one would be look, this one is see. See the hem of your garment in my hand. Okay, so I cut it off. Because ki bechorti et knaf mi'ilcha. Okay, when the bechorti karat. Karat chorti is infinitive construct that we'll go over next week in the kal. Korti, my cutting. In my cutting, that means when I cut. In my cutting the hem of your garment, and not did I kill you. Velo haragticha. Velo haragticha. The ve here really doesn't have any function. right? כי בכורתי את כנף מעילך לא הרגתיך. When I cut the hem of your garment, I did not kill you. The ve there can safely be ignored in translation. Da ura'e, know and see that en beyadi ra'a v'fesha. There is not in my hand evil and crime. Okay, velo chatati lach, and I have not sinned against you. Ve'ata, but as for you, ata tzodeh et nafshi lekachta. You hunt my soul to take it. In other words, you hunt after my life in order to take it, to kill me. Okay. Again, quickly. Ve'avi, re'eh, gam re'eh et knaf me'ilcha biyadi, כי בכורתי את כנף מעילך ולא הרגתיך. דע וראה כי אין בידי רעה ופשע ולא חטאתי לך. ואתה צודק את נפשי לקחת. Verse 12. Maybe we should do that at the end when we're finished translating. Go back and just read it again. See if it has a good feeling to it.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. 12. Yishpot Adonai beini uvenecha v'nakamani. Sorry, I keep doing this. Unkamani Adonai mimech v'yadi lo mimecha. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Mimecha. Yeah. Yeah. V'yadi lo tichye bach. All right. May the Lord judge between me and you. What?
And may the Lord avenge.
May the Lord avenge. Sorry, I forgot the meaning of it.
The Avengers in Hebrew is Hanokmim.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. May He avenge me from you. And for my hand, I will not sin against you.
My hand won't be against you.
Won't be against you. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's whatever word comes to my head is the one I'm saying. I'm not even like it's. Yeah, I got you.
So this could be in certain circumstances mimecha. I think mimcha. Mimcha is from you, and in pause it takes the nun infix. It's mimeka. Mimeka.
Oh, I just thought it was a.
There's a nun that's like mimencha, and the nun is assimilated into the kaf.
Yeah, I sorry. I thought you were going to talk. I thought you were just talking about being in pause.
Yeah, when it's in pause, it takes that form.
Yeah,
mimeka.
Right.
Why did you say yishpot as Joseph?
Because it
may the Lord judge.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of the ways that the yiktol can be done.
But it has an indication.
I don't know what
the
it
Lord
is.
Will judge between me and you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The subject would be first if it was the indicative. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Joseph has subject verb inversion. Inversion means that the verb wants to be in first position for Josephs, like we talked about last week as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so if this is Joseph, the Joseph sense is carried on by the vekatal here. And may he avenge me.
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. Did you read it again?
No, I did not. I can though. It's fine.
Read it again.
Yep. Yishpot Adonai beini uvenecha, kamani Adonai mimecha, veyadi lo tichye bach.
Right? Verse 13. Kasher yomar meshal hakadmoni mereshaim yetzeresha, veyadi lo tichye bach. Okay. This I don't recognize. It says when one should say, Mishal, I think this is the noun mashal, which is a proverb, and kadmoni, maybe a Eastern proverb of like a long time ago. I'm not sure what that means. Let's look in Logos. My battery was on 3% when I plugged it in, and now it's on 100%. The battery is shot. It is shot. This computer's going to die. I need a new one. But it will happen soon enough. All right, so Logos is trying to kick up on here. Does somebody maybe want to throw a translation out there that renders this? I can go on Bible Gateway.
Oh, I can. What chapter 24?
24th thing. Oh, it says, as the old saying goes. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So I was saying, as someone would say, a proverb of the old time. Like kedem is a long time ago, and kadmoni, like primordial, is generally the idea. Like ha'adam kadmoni is the primordial man. It's like the idea of man before he sinned, long time ago. The word kedem is long ago, and kodem is like before. So it's a long time ago. From evil men goes out evil. Mereshaim yetze resha. Notice I didn't pronounce it right, but the nasogacho. Not yetze, but yetze. Mereshaim yetze resha. V'yadi lo tiyeh bach. But my hand will not be against you. Like people used to say, from evil men comes out evil or wickedness. From wicked men comes out wickedness. And my hand will not be against you. In other words, evil men do evil things. I am not an evil man. I'm not going to do something evil and bad against you. Right? כאשר יאמר משל הקדמוני מרשעים יצא רשע וידי לא תהיה בך. What do you think about the kadmoni?
It's fun. I think I don't know. It seems like it's really supposed to rhyme with the Hanachomani or whatever. Hanachman. Like there's something about it that makes me feel like they're supposed to be together. Whatever it was, Hanachmani, Nakamani. Yeah, Ngamani.
Kadmoni. Don't know. But let's just check Halot real quick, and then we'll check. There seems to be a textual thing that we'll look at. So Halot says Kadmoni, original, primeval, prehistoric, old. Like that's from Mishneh Hebrew. In the Bible, former or oral, earlier, collective, the forefathers. Okay. As feminine, it's plural things, the former things. Former things. Okay.
Look at the second one though.
Name of a people. The Easterners. Yeah, B'nai Kedem. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
But it would make sense in this specific.
Yeah. I know an Eastern proverb versus an old proverb. I don't know. I feel like it could be either way.
As the ancient proverb says, out of the wicked comes forth wickedness, but my hand shall not be against you. Yeah, okay. We understood it well. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Verse 14.
Okay. All right. אחרי מי יצא מלך ישראל, אחרי מי אתה רודף, אחרי כלב מת, אחרי פרוש אחד. Okay. After whom has the king of Israel gone out? After whom do you pursue? Are you pursuing? Yeah. After a dead dog. After one parosh. What is a parosh?
Probably a flea.
After a single flea. One who's only a flea.
I wanted to check the okay, the Qumran doesn't add anything to the Kadmoni. It just says Kadmoniyim.
Mm.
So, okay. Mishal HaKadmoniyim. Like maybe like you said, a proverb of the Easterners. Okay, who's the king of Israel gone out again or after? And who are you chasing after? After a dead dog? After one flea? In other words, I'm nothing. Okay.
Yep.
You want to read it again?
Yes. אחרי מי יצא מלך ישראל? אחרי מי אתה רודף? אחרי כלב מת, אחרי פרוש אחד.
All right. Okay. 15. Parosh is not an important word for people to memorize. So, verse 15. V'haya Adonai ledayan. Okay, dayan is an excellent word for us to pick up on. It's in the PL. We often have the root like ganan and ganav representing something that someone does as a job. So gan is a where's my pen? There we go. Gan is a garden. Okay. Ganan is a gardener. Okay. Ganan, gardener. Lignov, ganav is he stole. Ganav. Okay. A ganav is a thief, someone who makes a profession of stealing. And so this is the same thing, the profession, like shape of the word, from ladun. Ladun is to judge. Dun, judge. So dayan is a judge. Like the good example, the best example I can think of is if someone dies, then the immediate response for Jews who say blessings is if you hear bad news, someone tells you, my best friend died, the religious person would not say, oh, that's really sad, I'm sorry for you. They would say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam dayan ha'emet. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, the judge of truth. That is that he's the one who is able to judge who will live and who will die throughout the year. So you turn all judgment over to God. So dayan is judge, like a person who judges, shofet. Okay. V'haya Adonai ledayan. The Lord will become a judge. V'haya Adonai ledayan. The Lord will become judge. This is a future tense. V'haya v'katal v'katal. V'shafat beinu v'necha. And he will judge between me and you. So the Lord will become a judge, v'haya Adonai ledayan, v'shafat beinu v'necha, and he will judge between me and you. V'yere v'yarev et rivi. Okay, so he's predicting what will happen. He's saying, God, like if there's some issue between us, God will be the judge and will judge between us, and let him see. This is Jasiv. Yere is Jasiv from Yireh. Let him see and let him take up my cause. Let him take up my fight, my claim. Riv is a fight or a claim. When you go to court, then you are fighting against another person by making your argument. So the Lord will judge. Let him see and take up my cause, my argument, my case. V'yishpeteni miyadecha, and he will judge me, or let him judge me from your hand. Okay, so God will be the one who will make the judgment, and he is dayan ha'emet, the true judge. Okay, all right, so reading again. V'haya Adonai ledayan, v'shafat beini uvenecha, v'yere v'yarev et rivi, v'yishpeteni miyadecha. Yeah? How do you feel about that? Lovely? Lovely. All right, let's check a translation to see how they might have rendered it different from myself. Let's see. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, okay. Whom do you pursue? A dead dog, a single flea? May the Lord therefore be judge and give sentence between me and you. May he see to it and plead my cause and vindicate me against you. Vindicate me against you, like he would judge me from you. Vindicate me against you. That's also a very possible rendition. All right, great. You can see down here that we're going to have Keep 3. That's nice.
Yay. Okay. All right. Vahi kekalot David
I think it should be Kechalot.
Yeah, it is. Vahi kechalot David לדבר את הדברים האלה אל שאול, ויאמר שאול, הקולך זה בני דוד, excuse me. וישא שאול קולו ויבך.
Okay, so this is interesting. Great. Now
Wow.
it seems like if Saul has been all this time under a spell, under possession of an unclean spirit, suddenly he's coming to.
You know, where's my dog? Is this my dog?
Yeah. Come here, little dog. Come
Yeah.
here, flea.
Yeah. And it was when David finished saying these words to Saul, Saul said, "Is this your voice, my son, David?"
Yes. Great. Is this your voice, my son David? Or is that your voice? Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
And Saul lifted up his voice, Vayevch, and he wept.
And he wept. That also appears, Vayevch, in the story of Joseph. Whenever his brothers, he told everyone to leave the room, and he cried before he revealed himself to his brothers. So that's a really nice verb, Vayevch.
Yeah.
I think that's where I memorized it, was in that chapter.
There might not be anything I hate more than having the Dagesh and the Schwa under the same letter.
Or like Mimeka with Kamat's also done there. I like it. I like that Dagesh pushes it down. It says, "Go down, Shva, go down."
Might not be anything I hate more than that. But yeah.
Really? Well, one thing that
visually it's so off-putting, you know.
You should see then the Koran Bible. You know the Koran Bible? Here, I'll take a second to show you, because this might make you mad. Hold on, let's see.
No.
The Koran Bible is where is my Koran Bible? It's blue.
Is it not up there with the rest of your Bibles?
I don't see it.
Is it on your desk?
You see, the thing is, I never use it because I don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because of this printing feature. My problem at this house is I don't have a book space, so I've got everything is double. But my next place, I'm going to have a lot more books. I'm moving.
Yeah. Is it happen to be on your desk?
No, it's I never use it. Maybe it's in the desk. Hold on. Maybe I use it so infrequently I put it in here. No, it's not there. Heck. There it is.
He's just using it as a pillow. Hold up.
Okay, so this is my copy of the Koran Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You see it says Tanakh Koran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you look at this one, if you go to any page where it has a final cuff, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and send it. Can you see that? That the Shiva is way down yonder.
Oh yeah, I barely saw it. The camera just wouldn't focus, but I did.
It is worth seeing. This is it's the ugliest thing. For somebody who likes printed Bibles, this will really make you mad. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I apologize for everybody waiting out there, but this is worth waiting for, because this is the reason why you should not buy a Koran Bible. The font is lovely, but let me see where it is. word that I'm looking at. There it is right there. Okay. I'm going to WhatsApp myself this picture. Hold on. Where did the word go? There it is. Looking at. Okay. Done. Right on it. Okay. All right. I'm going to send this to myself on WhatsApp, and then I'll show it on the screen, because that's really annoying. And it's like I downloaded the font onto my computer thinking, oh, it's a pretty font, I'm going to love working with it. And then as soon as I got it on my computer and I typed something up in Hebrew, it had the shva way down there, and the every internal vowel of the final kaf way down below, and that just irritated me. I can't deal with my eyes. I can't deal with it. You know what I mean? Okay, so here it comes. You ready for this? Okay, go up, and here it is.
Oh, I hate that a lot.
Do you see that?
Yeah, that's bad. I don't
That
like
is
it.
ugly. The word melech right there in the middle of the screen with that shva way down underneath. That is wickedness. Wickedness. Okay, so anyway, we were on verse 16. Can you explain to us kechalot?
Yeah,
Kechalot.
so right. So this is from the root Kaf Lamed Hey, and it is in the PL.
Which is
so
Kaf Lamed Yod, right? It's
right,
Hey,
yeah,
Yod.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's
so
the PL in the past tense?
the PL in the past tense.
He finished.
Yes.
Kila.
Yeah.
Kila. The future?
Yekale.
Yechale.
And so it's just prefixed with the Kaf preposition as well, which tells us like it's something like happening, something happens at the same time.
Yeah, when this happened or as it happened, it's with the Kaf. Okay, what is the most famous verse in the whole Bible that uses the word lechalot to finish? You don't know? The most famous verse is from Genesis, because what happened in Genesis when God was creating?
Oh, and he finished all of the work.
Yeah, he finished. When God was creating, it's Genesis chapter 2, right? Let's look at it real quick. Genesis chapter 2, when God was creating, the first word is Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzva'am. So this is the passive, the pual, they were completed.
Yeah.
The heavens, the earth, and all their host were completed. Vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa. And God finished on the seventh day his work which he was doing. Vayichal. Vayichal is the verb consecutive of yichale. He will complete. He will finish. That's the most famous verse in the Bible that has that uses that. Just so you know. Okay. So what else from this?
It's funny because I was like, so the way that my brain works is okay, finish. I was just thinking in English, finish. And then of course my English Christian brain is thinking, oh, it is finished. And I'm like, that's Greek. That's not Greek. It. I was like, that's not it. It's not gonna work. And so I was thinking, I was like, I couldn't get that out of my head, and so I was like, oh well.
I was just thinking of lechalot, and I was like, that's the first time that appears in the Bible, those two verses, 2:1 and 2:2. Yeah, and that's most famous.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that makes sense. Like, I once I was there, I couldn't get out of the Greek.
It won't go away. Yeah. Indeed. Vayevk, as I said, I learned it from the Joseph story, and for me, the first time that I read it, like I didn't understand, I didn't catch the connection to Yivke, but just reading it aloud, it made me cry. Like the first time that I was reading the Joseph story in Hebrew, and I read that out loud, Vayevk, and I was like, wow, that tore at my heart. like
Mhm.
the story of him,
Yeah.
because he's deciding at that moment whether or not to reveal himself to his brothers who had sought his death. You know,
Mhm.
it really broke my heart when I read it.
Right. There's something too about this, like, about this immediately being in the context of him, like, this familial he says, "My son," you know? Like, there's something about the here,
Yeah, absolutely.
and about that, like, oh, he's like he comes to and,
Yeah,
he's
that's what I was saying. That it seems like
yeah,
the spell was broken for that instant.
mhm, yeah. It's just
Mhm.
that familial thing you keep pointing out is really, on top of it, right? It seems like it's a even more explicit connection.
Yeah, we want to say hello to our friend out there, Vishanti. Howdy, howdy. We're glad you joined us today,
So
even though you're busy with other things. Oh, and also, I know you're a Hebrew speaker, so if you want to join us sometime, you'd be welcome. Just contact me and I'll set you up. 17 says, "Vayomer el David." Okay, the speaker is Saul. Once he's recognized David's voice again, and he's started, he cried out and he started to weep. Then he said to David, "Tzaddik ata mimeni." Okay, the mimeni is the comparative min, means you are more righteous than I. Tzaddik ata mimeni. You are more righteous than I. Ki ata gemaltani hatova. Okay, va'ani gemalticha hara'a. Do I need to, maybe I should highlight the words I'm reading a bit fast. Tzaddik ata mimeni, you are righteous from me, meaning you are more righteous than I am, because ata, this is you, emphatic, gemaltani, okay, this is the suffix ending I, gemalta oti hatova, va'ani gemalticha, it's the same verb, gemaltani, gemalticha, hara'a, okay? Ligmol is kind of a difficult word. It's very slippery because gmila can mean, isn't this the word we use for rehabilitation? Like if you go gmila and you aren't going to use alcohol, then you go to gmila.
oh, that's a
It's,
you question because I can't answer
Mhm.
that.
um, but it's also like bringing a baby
Oh,
off of milk, weaning, gmila.
okay.
It's like breaking the connection to anything that you have a dependence on. Okay,
Yeah.
but there is an expression gemilut chasadim, and that's what's related to this. So if we look at that, we've got a gemilut chasadim. Okay, gemilut chasadim, if it will go, and this means charity or benevolence, because chasadim is a good term, and gemilut is the idea of giving somebody a reward for something. Like it's the same idea. It's the same word. Okay, ligmol.
Mhm.
So in this case, it means like you're a more righteous man than I am because you have treated me well. You've given me goodness. Va'ani gmalticha hara'a, and I've done evil to you.
Mm.
Um, hold on, let's see. I would be honored to awkwardly stumble through a reading with you sometime. I thought that you were like that you spoke Hebrew fluently. Did I not understand that correctly? And you say you're doing a genealogy on Shavuot. It's kind of work, yes. I violated Shavuot very well myself. So, good, good, good. But yeah, if you want to stumble through Hebrew, I know you produce for Kip, but if you want to just participate and read with us, that would be awesome.
Yeah. If I remember right,
Oh,
she's just now taking classes with Dr. Bowen, uh, in
ah,
Hebrew. If I remember, I could be wrong. I think that's right though. Uh, yeah.
nice. She says fluently is very wiggly standard. I don't think I'm fluent, but Josh and Kip differ. All right. Well, I've never heard you read Hebrew aloud, so I would welcome the experience. We are done with verse 17, and I read it a second time. So, Colton, you're up for verse 18.
Yeah. Did you see Ben Sion's
That's
message?
our Tiv Kali. Ben Sion says Shalom לכולם. Shalom Ben Sion. אנחנו מברכים את בואך לקבוצה.
Cool. All
But
right.
you see the Kritiv. Right.
So ve'ata, ve'ata higadata hayom, et asher asita iti tova, et asher sigrani, Adonai biyadecha velo haragtani.
Do you remember that we talked about lahasgir in the Hifil?
Mm-hmm. I think
And
so.
do you remember in what context I mentioned?
I'm trying to. If I don't think it was as straightforward as I want it to be with Sagar.
Yeah, I don't think you liked it the last time we talked.
Yeah.
It was from the Judas story, Judas and Jesus. The Judas
He like to give over. Okay.
He handed him over. He gave him up. He betrayed him. So in this one, it's God doing the betraying or the handing over. And also, this is the PL instead of Hifil, but it's the same meaning. Right? And notice that the here is not standard in biblical Hebrew, but it does appear a lot in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
So it's just still just the second match.
It's asita. It's asita. The hay just pops in. What if we're being creative, we just say, well, that's missing. We'll just pin it up over here. It belongs there. This should have the hay, and this should not.
Yeah, that's what it was. They just did a, what's the thing when the haplography, is that what it's called? When you jump the line and they put it on the wrong stuff. Use fancy words. I'm pretty sure I used the wrong word too. I think haplography is just leaving a letter out. I don't remember.
Well, I am not a textual critic. So
yeah, it's all right. And you have told me today what you have done with me, that you have done with me good, which the Lord has. What? Okay, sorry. What did you say? Like, is this like?
So probably this et is probably just breaking. This et is probably just breaking the phrase. This one is just breaking it, and it's just saying that, like, this is that the Lord handed me over into your hand.
I see. Okay, that the Lord handed me hand over. That's what we said. Sorry, I'll engage my brain at some point today. The Lord has handed me over. Lord is into your hand, and you did not kill me.
Yeah. Read it again in Hebrew.
Yeah. Ve'ata higadata hayom, et asher asita iti tova, et asher sigarani, Adonai biyadcha velo haragtani.
Yeah. So if we wanted to, we could take this et asher and we could just say ki. Higadata hayom ki asita iti tova. That you did goodness with me. Et asher, again, that sigrani Adonai biyadcha. Yeah. Fantastic. We got a couple more comments. So Vishanti says, my Siddur Hebrew is much better than my Tanakh Hebrew. Just a matter of repetition and speaking. I can read it fluently, and speech is meh. When I moved to Israel in 2007, I could pray and I could read the Bible, but I couldn't speak at all. And it took me 2 years, I think, to become slightly fluent. My mom says hi that she's late, and says hi to everyone. And then that's it. Okay, back to it. Verse 19 says, Vechi. Okay, so now we've got that key that is actually the meaning of et asher in this clause. Vechi yimsa ish et oivo. Okay, or maybe not. No, key here is becoming if. And if a man should find his enemy, v'shilcho b'derech tova, and send him off on the good path, on the good way, v'Adonai yeshalemcha tova, then the Lord will repay you goodness, tachat hayom hazeh, in place of this day, asher asita li, what you've done to me. Okay, if a man finds his enemy and sends him off in a good way, then the Lord will repay goodness to you in place of this day, which you have done for me. So it seems that he's waking up to some kind of lucidity, and he's not under the impression that he should be killing David at this point. Let's get through verse 20, and that will be the end for today. Oops, I put the wrong button. Here we go.
All right.
And verse 20.
I'll do it. Oh, I hate that we're so close to the end of the chapter. It's annoying.
Oh, we should just finish it.
Yeah.
We should just finish it.
Yeah. ואתה הנה ידעתי כי מלך תמלוך וקמה בידך מממלכת ישראל. And now behold, I know that you will certainly rule, and the kingdom of Israel will rise in your hand.
Let's say be established.
Okay, yeah, will be established in your hand. I would want it to be in the nifal for that, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, verse 21. ואתה הישבע לי באדוני אם תכרית את זרעי אחריי ואם תשמיד את שמי מבית אבי. Okay, so and now הישבע לי. Okay, this is also the accent's been carried forward, and that has allowed the to be unaccented at the end and caused that dagesh conjunctivum to appear in the lamed, which okay, so it means it's just joining those two words together. Hishava li, like swear to me by the Lord, swear to me by the Lord. Im tachrit et zal'i acharai, if you will cut off, this is the hifil, like tichrot. Im tichrot et zari or tachrit et zari acharai, will swear to me by God if you will cut off my seed after me. Are you going to go through and kill off my children so that you don't have a contender for the throne? Ve'im tashmid et shmi mi beit avi, and if you will cut or you destroy or annihilate my name from the house of my father. In other words, are you going to wipe out all of my children so that my family doesn't have any lineage? Okay. ואתה הישבע לי באדוני אם תכרית את זרעי אחריי ואם תשמיד את שמי מבית אבי. And then the last verse, and we will be done for today. Verse 22.
Yep. וישבע דוד לשאול וילך שאול אל ביתו ודוד ואנשיו עלו על המצודה. And David swore to Saul, and Saul left to his house, went to his house, and David and his men, they went up to Matsada. I'm just kidding. Just saying. No. To the I don't know what Matsud is.
Matsuda is a fortress or a stronghold or something.
Yeah.
Vish says, Kama biadcha is an interesting term of phrase, isn't it? Biadcha, I think. Yeah. Kama biadcha. And it will arise in your hand. It sounds good. It does sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Anything that we should add before we let people go to join us in grammar? Because we are doing Show's grammar book. And we are on chapter what? Chapter
21, 22, something like that?
Something like that. I'm trying to close everything out so I can actually call it up and know. Discard changes. Close. Goodbye. Okay. So it is session 26 that covers lesson, probably 21. 22, the call imperfect and imperative with suffixes and infinitives. Okay, so we are done with our reading, and we will move over to the grammar. Sadly, because we are dealing with immersion is what I'm lacking. Yeah. Because we're dealing with ancient languages, immersion is kind of difficult, but you can use it communicatively in various situations, and Biblingo really works on that, I think.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at Yes, we're going to look at lesson 22 in Show's Grammar in the next hour. You can find it on youtube.com/the Hebrew Cafe under lives. So, or lives, I don't know. But come and join us, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Love you all. Be peaceful and accept one another.